Hello, hello. Welcome in, everyone. I hope you're having a wonderful evening or whenever you're watching this. And if not, I hope it gets better from here. So, I am going to go ahead and get into the channeled messages that I have here, and we'll see where this goes from here, okay? The channeled song for today was Rise by League of Legends, Mako, The Word Alive, and Witch Moth. Hello, welcome in. And synchronicities, hi. Synchronicities for today are 444, 311, 111, 1234, as well as someone here has been experiencing some insomnia or difficulty sleeping. You could have seen butterflies recently. People could be making vision boards at this time. Avatar: The Last Airbender was also significant, as well as Paris. The movie Snow White was also significant to someone here, and Persephone is also significant to someone here. So, let's get into it. Let's see what's happening with the collective today. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to roll to see which astrological house and sign this reading shall be in for the collective. First, we have 7 for the House of Partnerships. Hey Taylor. 7 for the House of Partnerships right there. Hello. And let's see what sign it's in. House of Partnerships in Aries. Oh. In Aries. Okay, interesting. So we have Aries and partnerships. Okay, some spice, some fire. All right, let's get into runes here. I'm glad you're doing good, Taylor. I'm glad you're doing good. I know it was a little touch and go there, but I really am glad that you're doing better. So this is in the House of Partnerships in Aries. So new beginnings, perhaps, or just a little spicy. Hopefully the good kind of spicy. Let's see. Get in the room. Thank you all for being here, especially this late at night. Let's see, we have Canas for fire and creativity, more of that fire sign energy. And then we have, this is Thurisas for defense. Okay. Defense, interesting. And then we have Word. Oh, that's interesting. Word. This is like unknown magic fate. Defense, fate, and fire creativity in the House of Partnerships in Aries. What? All right, let's get into charms, because what was that? Take care, Taylor. Have a wonderful rest of your evening. And in the charms, let's see what we get here. Looks like, oh, okay, so we got some aggro. I see aggro here, so that makes sense for this defense. There's a little bit of defensiveness. There may be some people coming in, that's fine. And we have this bell here. The bell often represents defense against negativity, right? You hang bells on your door in order to scare away evil spirits, negative energies, that type of thing. And in orange as well, that represents the sacral chakra, which is your creativity. Creativity, which we got with Canas here, with fire and creativity. Let me actually show you this. So, interesting that we have that as well. So some aggro around our sacral chakra. And then we have the intuition charm with the crystal ball. Intuitive nudges. And this little, I like to think of it as kind of like the hermit card. He holds up a little like lantern, a little spotlight. Oh, wonderful. The spotlight. It's kind of like, when I see this, it makes me think of shining a spotlight on things that are hidden in the dark, negative habits, things like that. It really reminds me of the Hermit card. So, let's see. So, the House of Partnerships in Aries. Defense. It's like fated defense. That's such a weird way to put that, because it's like no matter where I put it, it sounds strange, right? Fated defense against creativity, or creative defense against the unknown. I don't know. We'll get into it. Let's get into tarot. and see what we get with that, because that's strange. Thank you all for being here. Oh my goodness. Thank you for your likes. I'm going to use this new tarot deck I got for Christmas. It's a beginner one, right? Now, I don't need a beginner one, but I think it's interesting because you guys can learn right along with me, right? Oh, interesting that we got another fire. Fire signs are heavy in this read, okay? Either you're a fire sign or whoever this other person is a fire sign, all right? It could be in their top 3 or your top 3, but it's there. So let's see. Let's see. And red is very significant as well for the root chakra. Interesting. All right, so what's going on with the collective today? What's going on with the collective? What's their current situation? What's going on? Oh, we have the sideways. Great start. Whenever I see cards horizontally like this tells me this is our very current energy, right? It has the ability to go either or, okay? So if we look at it, right, I love being able to show you guys this because you can actually look at what these cards say and you can learn right along with me, right? So when it's sideways, it says, the path may not be clear, but my intuition lights the way, one step at a time. Beautiful, beautiful energy, right? And it's the moon card. The moon often represents confusion, fog, illusions, things needing to be illuminated, like what we saw here with this little illumination charm, right? So in the upright, it's intuition, illusion, dreams, vagueness, instability, deception, yada yada, right? You can see all that too, right? You can see all that right down there, right? In the reverse, it's releasing fear, unveiling secrets, so like the truth comes out, light shines on it, subsiding anxiety, truth, regaining composure, and self-deception, right? So this is where we're currently at. We're flip-flopping between these two energies. There's still a murky moment of trying to suss out the truth. And I see this here, this little chakra here, and that's the third eye. If you have insomnia or trouble sleeping, that often means we're getting activated in this area, getting stronger at discernment. So interesting. And I also see Pisces, and I believe that's Neptune. Yeah, Pisces and Neptune. So someone could have a Neptune and Pisces. Doesn't have to be, but definitely more of an intuitive moment. Okay. Yeah, with 311, that also means personal growth and spiritual alignment. So it's like manifesting the ability to see the truth. Got it. Okay, so that's where we're at. That's where we're at. So that makes sense for the creativity and fire, defense and words. It's like trying to manifest your defenses. Let's see. Well, stick around. I don't necessarily do personals in collectives like this just because your business should remain yours. But if you have a question, these actually do have answers on them, right? So they have yes, no's, and maybes on here because tarot is kind of more maybe coded. But we'll see if it shows up for you. You can ask your own question and whatever comes out is your answer. You don't necessarily have to ask me. I just don't like spilling people's business on the internet, so yeah, tell me more about this moon, this being unsure of what the truth actually is. All right, so whoever had a question, that's your answer right there. Okay, because I just got the Justice card. I just got the Justice card, and that's with the phrase right here. I get what I give. There's that Venusian card in Libra, as well as the heart chakra. Love that. So this is in the upright, right? So it looks like we're getting some justice, some karmic justice, the truth. So yeah, honesty, integrity, cause and effect. Okay, so that's what we're working towards. We're working towards the truth, right? Yep, and 11, you are correct, the manifestation number. So we're working towards gaining truth. We're working towards gaining truth. And like I said, you guys don't necessarily need to ask me yes, no's because that's kind of the beauty of these little cards here. Is you don't have to spill your business on the internet, and I don't have to spill your business on the internet either. But if you ever want in-depth on more than just yes, no, I offer personal readings at the link in my bio. Feel free to check it out. Oh, a little bit more here. Another horizontal card. Welcome in, Man Ray. Another horizontal card. So again, this is our little journey right here, right? This is our little journey for the truth and what we do with the truth, right? So I see here with this 7, the Chariot. No obstacles will stop me now. So it's victory. So Chariot represents victory, right? Just generally speaking. Thank you so much. Thank you for the likes and gifts, everybody. It means like victory, overcoming obstacles, success. Whereas reversal, the reversal of it, the opposite, is like forcefulness, lack of direction, lack of self-control, being blocked by obstacles, so not getting your victory. So whether or not we find out what the truth is where we figure out if we get our victory or our defeat. Well, not defeat, but like blocks. A little pause on the road, if you will. So that's very interesting. Very interesting. It's really interesting. Let me say that one more time. I've said it like 3 times in a row. These are all major arcana cards, and major arcana cards in the tarot represent major life choices. They represent big things happening. It's not a day-to-day type of decision. They're like big decisions. Thank you so much. So to me, normally I don't get 2 horizontals one after the other. So this tells me that figuring this out is going to influence this. This is like a really big, I need to have clarity on this specific thing in order to move forward, right? Whether that's I get my truth and I have my success and move forward with that truth, or it's I stay in the illusion and we do a cycle repeat, right? Let's see. Anything else, Spirit? Because that seems really straightforward. What else is going on? I really like this deck, that it has all the cute little, like, basically I get to see the cards and you kind of get to see my process and learn right along with me. Because anybody can do tarot. You just have to learn it. I've been doing it for 6 years now, but having these little cards helps because you can also look at it and you can get your own little messages. And I think that's pretty neat. Because the power is in your hands. What else is going on with my collective? 1, 2, 3, 4 showed up again. So progression, steps, and being aligned with your path. So this moment in time right now of you trying to find this truth is correct. You are on your path. You are making the right call and searching for this truth. Anything else happening? What else is going on with the collective right now? Because we have this big, I'm looking for the truth here. Yeah, I'm looking for the truth here. I'm searching for better discernment, better defenses against things that aren't aligned with me, negative things. Thank you so much. What else is going on? I really appreciate y'all. I'm trying to not focus too hard over here because I want to make sure I stay on track. But I do appreciate y'all, I really do. If you hear any noises in the background, that's my kiddo. He's a little night owl like me. So let's see. Yeah, we're trying to manifest some security, some stability. And we're getting some spiritual enlightenment, some personal growth. And we're trying to just move forward. Now we want to be quiet. Okay. Yeah, there's some internalized pain here. That's fine. But it's in reverse. So actually I like this, right? Normally the 3 of Swords is like, people say heartbreak. I think of it as internalized pain, right? We're using our own thoughts and words and repeating memories in order to hurt our own heart. In the reversed, though, that's releasing that pain, overcoming that depression and optimism, forgiveness. The worst is over, right? And you can see that right there, right? And again, the third eye. that third eye. So releasing pain. So like this is the victory towards releasing that pain. So this is closure. We're looking for closure. That's what it is. Okay. We're looking for some closure. As I said earlier, friends, user 321, these cards do have yes, no, maybes on here. So stick around and see if it answers your question. I personally just don't like putting people's business out there. So just stay tuned in the collective and see if it resonates. And if you just want to focus on a question and see what comes out, that's also fine. Okay? You don't gotta ask me. We do have... Oh no, I like this. Normally the Four of Cups is like being bored or dissatisfied with your life, but it's in the reverse. So this is beautiful. This closure is needed because we're trying to get that closure. We're trying to release that pain around it. And it says seizing opportunities, letting go of regret, and the stagnation motivation. So it's like we're not only letting go of that, I'll let you guys see this, letting go of that internalized pain and moving forward, right? And there's that is the throat chakra over here, right? So speaking our truth as well, moving forward, knowing what we need, expressing ourselves and just being upfront about what we want. So like this is actually super great. So like this is what we're looking for. We're looking for closure in order to let go of that pain that we've been holding on to and moving forward. So I really do like this. I love this. There's so much blue as well. This specific blue color does correspond with the throat chakra. For anyone who was asking that question, this is yes, but in reverse it would be no. Okay, so sorry if that's not what you want to hear. But let's see what else is going on. Thank you for the shares. Okay, cool. I love to see people speaking truth, right? Because I did not. I've been going through insomnia a lot the past week, and I know that means that we're going through some upgrades, especially in our discernment, in our third eye, clairvoyant abilities. So it's like being able to see when people are wearing masks and kind of looking for truth. Thank you, Man Ray. Again, friends, if you just joined in, these cards do have yes, no, maybes on here. You don't have to ask me in the comments. I'm not going to charge anybody for that. You pay attention, you see if it answers, okay? And yes, if anything resonates during the collective, please feel free to take it. And if you ever want anything more in depth than just yes, no, that's where I do the personal readings in my bio, okay? So stick around. See what you find out. Seek your truth, friend. What else is going on here? Because I'm loving this. Looking for closure and the truth in order to, okay. We have the Nine of Cups. Oh my gosh, going after our little wishes. The Nine of Cups is the wish card, right? It's all about going after, like it's right there. Wishes coming true, right? It's going after happiness. So like that's what we're trying to do. Yeah, with Jupiter and Pisces. Now we are in a Jupiter retrograde. I'm gonna keep that right there for you. Thank you for the follow. We are in a Jupiter retrograde until March, but that's okay, right? Because we're still chasing after this, right? This Jupiter in retrograde is in Cancer at the moment. And that's around like beliefs around abundance, our wishes, our luck, our finances that come from like our family. So in other words, this specific clarity, this truth, this, I just said the word. I blanked. Closure, there it is. This closure is the key to unlocking that, because it's letting go of that internalized pain, going for new opportunities, which will bring in wishes coming true. Yeah, the Fool right there, right after that. The Fool, new beginnings, right? New beginnings. And on the side here, it's time to embark on a brand new beginning. So like, yeah, like that's really cool. I love that. So that's beautiful. It's like we're trying to find it. We're trying to find we're trying to find that closure in order to move forward. I need to cover this lady because she's Nate. But this is the Star card, trying to manifest our healing, right? The number 17 has shown up, right? So that's all about healing. I'll let you guys read that, right? It's going for a new beginning that leads to a healing. Healing this internalized pain, moving forward, and kind of just healing how we feel about luck in the house of partnerships. Beautiful. And the side of it here says, the universe shows me that I can have faith in my dreams. So gorgeous, gorgeous energy. I really like this. This is really nice. Like, this is one of those readings where even I'm like, wow, this is a little too good to be true. What are you talking about, right? And then we have the Four of Wands in reversed. Yeah, healing. Okay, so finding healing around an unhappy home. Shoddy foundations, things like that, right? That's what we're trying to heal right here. Whether that's specifically like we didn't have a really good marriage, we didn't have a good upbringing, we have trust issues, things like that. Because again, this is the house of partnerships, right? So it has something to do with your relationships with people. Whether that's romantic, platonic, familial, you know your situation, okay? But there's this like healing around this area. Yeah, and more of that throat chakra. So a healing around being able to speak up for yourself, being able to speak your truth and feel that kind of thing. Yes, seeking closure. And sometimes you don't get closure from the person who caused the pain. Sometimes you have to seek it for yourself, you know, and no one wants to hear that. Get out of here. No one wants to hear that, but it is true. If they don't bring you the closure, seek it for yourself. Find a way to give it to yourself, because you don't deserve to sit in pain and repeat that cycle because they don't want to be a grown-up and say, I'm sorry. Wonderful. I'm really digging what's going on here. And I get this like I get this worry of like, okay, this sounds really great, but where's the catch? So there may be resistance here that may have something to do with the Jupiter that we're healing, that healing around this is like, maybe you feel like in the past, friendships, relationships in general have always been quick to spark with that Aries, but fizzle out quickly, or there's some kind of catch or someone's lying or anything like that, you know? We have the Two of Pentacles here as well for juggling priorities, things like that. So it's like getting our priorities straight. So yeah, we may have come from partnerships where it felt like we were juggled a lot. Now this isn't necessarily in the reverse though, which would be like imbalance, overwhelm, disorganization. But it is definitely like multitasking. So it could be like being the person who kind of did all the work, right? Being the one who kind of kept things stable. So yeah, one of those overgiver situations. I see. Yeah, a little peacekeeper. Yeah, it's like they would come in hot and heavy, and then you would be left kind of holding the house together, you know? Interesting. Okay. So I can see why we're like, when does the shoe drop? When does the mask fall off? When does the all that love, all that friendship suddenly fizzle out? Thank you for the gifts. Oh my gosh. I love the night crowd. My denizens of the dark. You're always so sweet. Oh yeah. And we want to leave behind, yeah, moving forward from gossip. Yeah. Okay, so moving forward from somebody who is very malicious, gossip, people who put someone down and you can't tell them your secrets, to get to your abundance, right? Community, family, success. Okay, so that's kind of where we're at. Let me show y'all, right? Let me show y'all. So we have this here, and you can read the reversals right there so that you know I'm not BSing you, right? And around that throat chakra again for speaking, putting your truth out. It's like we're trying to do that against this little Queen of Swords person, again with the third eye showing up here, noticing when their mask falls off, realizing the truth here. So moving on from this person and moving into our little Ten of Pentacles situation. This gorgeous little like family, community, abundance, those types of things, right? This up here is our self-confidence. Yeah, the solar plexus, I believe, is what that is. Yes. I believe that's solar plexus. No, that's the sacral. Sorry, I'm still getting used to the like little symbols of them, but it's the sacral. So again, that orange, that creativity, that manifestation that I said earlier, clearing that negativity around it. So that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to get here. So yeah, like this little moment in time, this little transitionary period you're currently in is going to lead to all of that. Yeah, the worst is over. So that's it. That's that last little hiccup. Yeah, culmination. We have the full moon coming up on the 3rd as well in Cancer. So this could be around family as well. It doesn't have to be. Interesting. Last one, then I'll move into the next part, and we will switch tarot deck. I can't give you all the answers, how can I? Let's see. The Ace of Cups. What the heck? And the Ace of Wands. Okay. Interesting. How does this want to be? Challenging tradition. Oh, the Hierophant. Okay. Yeah, because we already had Justice. I was halfway worried that this was Justice in the reverse, and I was like, oh, there's the shoe dropping. Oh no. Okay, so this, again, this sounds really too good to be true, honestly. And I'm going to be so honest with you. I'm looking at this and I'm going, what? What the heck? Listen, if you're looking for closure and you get it, life's going to be real good, real fast. Okay? And I'm not BSing you. I'm being so for real right now. I'm usually not the type that's like, yeah, you're gonna win the lottery and you're gonna meet the love of your life and you're gonna have a Tesla or whatever car you want. Like, if you do, go for it. But like, I can't really argue with the cards when they're like, look, after that, this comes in. And then look, you get your motivation and your spark back. Like, it starts out with a little bit of love coming in, and then it comes in with a little bit of motivation. And then we have this Hierophant popping up here in the reverse, right? And it's crazy. It's funny because the Hierophant and the Justice card look so similar, right? They look very similar. And you may be wondering, well, okay, what does that have to do with anything? The Hierophant represents like tradition, authority, those types of things, right? I choose which traditions I embrace and how I do it, right? I choose which traditions I embrace. So in the reversed, that means going against tradition, right? And I'll let you read it. You can read it. It's going against the grain, right? So instead of going with the tried and true, right, the tradition, perhaps the types of partnerships you used to go towards are what looked good on paper, but when you got in the thick of it, it was not for you, right? Whether that's friendships, you know what I mean by house of partnerships. Anybody that you can have a social relationship with, with the 7 for house of partnership, right? You know your situation. But we're going against convention, right? So instead of going with the people who might look good on paper, who show up looking good on paper, it's going a little bit different. I do see your questions showing up here. I don't really require you guys to ask me those questions because I don't like putting people's personal business on the internet, but I do have cards now that have little yes, no's, maybes, and you can think of that question while I do this and see what card comes out, okay? That's for you. And I'm about to move into the next part, but for anybody that just asked me a question, I'm going to go ahead and pull this and see what last little bit comes out. That's a user error. Last card for what is going on with the collective right now. 211 just showed up as well. That adds up to 4. Foundation, security, stability. New beginnings around partnership. Interesting. Thank you for the follows and all the likes. Oh my goodness. I see y'all, I promise. Last card. Last card for what's going on with the collective right now. Thank you. All right, whoever asked a question, that's your answer. That's your answer right there. Wonderful. I do post a summarized video after my lives, so if you need any more answers, it'll be there, okay? So we're feeling a little beat up. We're feeling a little beat up, a little tired, but we're nearly there, right? I'll let you read it. So we're looking for that closure, and this is kind of our current energies. We're a little bit beat up because we're going through this middle of trying to figure out what's real and what's not, going through that transitionary period, and just looking for our closure. We've kind of been through the ringer here. You can see all the sticks, all this motivation, all this fire, and he's all beat up, and it's like, what even is the point, you know? So that's where we're currently at. Let me go to another tarot deck to get you your why you even need to hear this at this moment. Let's see who's calling to me. I'm feeling mythos. Well, for one, whenever I grab cards like this, the little mini versions, it always makes me think of like we're feeling a little small. We're feeling a little unseen, a little unheard, a little unappreciated in our partnerships. So let's see. Thank you. I don't typically do yes/no questions. I just pulled all of the cards that have little yes and no's. Just because I don't like putting people's personal business on there. But the last card I pulled was yes, right? So if you had a question, that was the answer, right? But again, if you want, if you want more in-depth, besides just yes, no, that's where I offer the readings. Otherwise, I don't really do that. I also am not a medical practitioner. I can't tell you if someone's pregnant or not. You'll find out when they find out. All right. Let's see why you need to hear this at this time. Hi, R. Hello. I hope you had a beautiful Christmas. Same to all of you who celebrate it. I hope you had a beautiful holiday. Let's see. Why do they need to hear this at this time? Going through this little transitionary period. The Two of Swords in reverse. Because we're having a hard time making a decision. We're being a bit indecisive. We're not quite sure which way to go. Which makes sense. If we don't have the truth, how can we move forward? Right? We want the truth to make our decision. We're feeling a little bit small and we want the truth. So of course we'd be back and forth. Thank you. What else? What else? Yeah, it's like, what do I move into 2026 with? It's the year of the horse. It's the year of all the motivation and the energy and this like beautiful rush, right? So the year of the snake is the year of shedding old things, getting rid of stuff that doesn't necessarily work for you. So it's like 2026 is the year of, okay, I've gotten rid of everything I need to get rid of. Now I need to move forward with what actually works for me. So it's like, okay, well, who's for me? Who should be in my life right now? Who do I want in my life? Not who should. Who do I want? That's the question. Who makes me feel like the color yellow? Who makes me happy? Why else do they need to hear this at this time? We're a little indecisive. We want our closure. Sometimes people don't give you closure, and it's up to you to find the closure. But that doesn't make for a very good decision, that doesn't. What else? Don't be shy now. You told us all that. Are we afraid of knowing the why? We're indecisive and we want the truth, but we're also kind of afraid of the truth. We're resistant. Yeah, because what if it hurts again? What if it's what I think it is? I see. Yeah, the Two of Coins. So yeah, what if it's that it's the type of scenario where I've been overgiving? What if it's imbalanced like I think it is? That's 2 twos. Interesting. Oh no, I'm Sorry. Hello, T-Banks. Hi. Thank you for the roses. Thank you guys for the likes. I really appreciate it. And the gifts. We have the Queen of Cups too. Yeah, what if I can't decide, because what if I find out that it has been imbalanced and it makes me really sad? Right? What if that's the case? What if this is I mean, yeah, I get it. We're a little resistant to the truth, because what if it is the truth that we're thinking it is, which would be really disappointed. It would suck. We don't want that. No one wants that. No one wants the truth when it hurts. Let's see. Yeah, it would be really chaotic. Why? Why else do they need to hear this at this time? I mean, we see here, we're waiting for that truth, that closure, in order to get to the victory part, to leave, to put things behind us and move forward towards our new beginning and our healing from dysfunctional homes, from being the one kind of keeping everything in balance, and moving towards what actually is for us, towards new relationships, towards new motivation, towards going against the grain. Because we don't want to be tired anymore. We don't want to be guarded anymore. But sometimes finding out that what we thought is true, sometimes being right sucks. It really, yeah, I say that a lot. There have been many times where I've warned people of things, and I have said, I hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong, and I hope you have the most beautiful future together, and I am absolutely incorrect, and I can go be crazy, right? And then I find out I'm right, and it really sucks. We have Persephone, which I got earlier, right? When I did the channeled messages, there she is, Persephone. This talks about, you need to hear this, right? Because possibly at this time, we're a bit worried that 5 of Coins with Penia, the goddess of despair and misery, right? But this is in the reversed. So, I'm trying to figure out how to word it. We're indecisive because we're worried that the truth is going to be really painful. That what we've been thinking is the truth, and it's going to really suck and we'll be sad. But that's the thing. You can have that moment, right? Because Persephone, the High Priestess, following your intuition, Persephone, this card in this deck means duality. It means 2 things can be true at the same time. You can be both the Floral Maiden and the Queen of the Underworld. You can be going through a really hard time while still standing in your truth and moving towards your healing, right? You can be both. You don't have to be the victim. You don't have to be suffering, right? You can have that pain and you can feel it, and you can also leave at the same time, right? Yeah. You can move forward in your duality to where you're not having to hide your face anymore and be sad. Interesting. It's so interesting that Persephone came out. What else? Why else do they need to hear this at this time? 0220, mirroring energies, because we're going back and forth between the High Priestess and Judgment. Interesting. Yeah, it's like I want to follow my intuition, but then I judge my intuition. Maybe I'm overthinking. Maybe I'm projecting. Maybe. And there's that moon again, in the reverse. Maybe I'm not seeing things clearly with Selene. Hi. Maybe I'm not seeing things clearly. Maybe it's all in my head. No. Nope. You're seeking closure because the truth is being hidden. Point, blank, period. We have the 3 of Wands with an Anke. Yeah, we want, we're waiting for that answer. Yep, I picked up on that R. Searching for that closure to get over past pain. Or, well, not get over, but you know what I mean. To heal past pain. We're waiting for the closure. We're waiting for the ships to come in so that we can move on. Yep. Yeah, it's like we're hinging all of our next steps on this specific closure. Interesting. Like I said, sometimes people won't give you closure because that's like their last little stand of power, their last little bastion to stand on, their little hill to die on. And I mean, that's for the more malicious folk, right? Some people just don't ever want to be held accountable for their stuff, but like, don't always think that the closure has to come from that person. Sometimes the closure is just from you, right? Which I already said earlier, sometimes we don't want to hear that. Why else do they need to hear this at this time? Thank you. Yeah, the Nine of Pentacles. Yeah, we don't feel like we're in that era, right? The Nine of Pentacles is someone who is content. They are, oh, wonderful. I'm glad you're feeling better. Not that it's wonderful that you were inconsolable. Nine of Pentacles. I mean, you see him. He's surrounded by wealth. He's surrounded by everything he needs. He's got his cornucopia. He's good. He's content. We don't feel that way. We don't feel that way because we're waiting. I need this closure to move on. I need this in order to heal. We might be putting too much power in somebody else's hands over our well-being. Yeah, all of our happiness hinges on whatever this truth is, right? The Nine of Cups with Emphatriti is the happiness card. I told you, it's the wish card. There he is right there. It's the wish card. Now, let's see what it looks like in the reversed. Right? That's where we're at. We're putting a little bit too much power into someone else's hands. A little bit too much power. Yeah, you're getting what you wanted, but it's not really what you want at all. Yeah, 2 nines as well. And then there was the 6 of coins too. It's like we're waiting for that in order to move forward. Like we're finally waiting for whoever had us in this holding the pillars of the foundation by ourselves to come hold a pillar when they weren't in the first place. So why would they come clarify the situation? And there's that 7 of Wands. Yeah, right? 7 of Wands. 7 of Wands is all about like unsolicited opinions. Unsolicited opinions. Yeah, really good at giving criticisms, but not really good at helping. Yeah, it's like giving the power to them because they've always had that kind of power. They've always had the ability to have that sort of control over your emotional state because we based all of our decisions on their, I don't know, their truth, their words, their opinions. Makes sense. Yeah, because it's like, why do you need the sorry? You know they don't feel bad. Why do you need it? The Ace of Swords. Yeah, why do you need this truth so bad? And the sideways, again, horizontal cards means either or, right? And chaos, right? The goddess of chaos. Ace of Swords. The truth can be chaotic. It can hurt and it can heal. It can do both at the same time. It can hurt while it's healing, right? So it's like, why do you need that closure? Why do you need that closure from them? Why do you specifically need it from them? That's the question Spirit's asking. Why do you need it from them? Because once you get it, will you be happy with the answer? Probably not. Yeah, the Fool sideways. Again, that's that beginning. We want this truth so bad to go to our new beginning. Why does that matter? Why do you need it from whoever this is? Because we already saw them earlier. Where'd they go? Oh, now they're hiding. There they are. Can't hide from me. I'm the Queen of Swords upright. In the reverse, the Queen of Swords is an asshole. Straight up, right? Why do we care about their closure? They're lying anyway. You know it, I know it, the cards know it. So why do we care about what they have to say? They're not going to feel bad about what they did. They're just not. Does that mean you deserve it? No. Yeah. Seven of Swords. I mean, I apologize, I shouldn't laugh. For me, it's funny when the card matches what I'm saying. You see how they're all looking at this person? They're like looking over at them because they're a snake. Yeah, because you know they're a liar. You know. Like, there's no point in getting there. They're not gonna come with the closure you need because it's their last little hill to die on, because they always need to be correct and right about everything. Or you know that they'll just say sorry to get in your good graces. You know, I know. So you can argue with me if you want to, but you know, okay? I'm just telling you what your intuition already knows, and I'm lighting some incense because I get irritated when I hear about liars. I don't like them very much. So, yeah, it's like you already know the truth, but you want it out of their mouth, and you're not going to get it. No. Well, hi. Yeah, we're waiting for the recognition. We're waiting for the recognition, for the praise, for the, no, you were right. We're waiting for the you were right. Why do you need them to tell you that? You already know you're right. I'll tell you that. You're right. You're correct. If you, the situation, if you're like, okay, I'm really waiting for this. I'm waiting for this closure. I'm waiting for this apology. But if this person has never, ever, ever once apologized, or they've only apologized to kind of ease things over, but they never change their actions, you already know. You already know. You already know the answer. And you're just kind of hoping that this person will all of a sudden have a come to Jesus moment and change who they are. And maybe they will, but I'm not getting that here. I'm getting that this person hasn't done anything at all and is probably going to pull the same BS. Yeah, the same BS. the same stuff with Hades, the devil, right? They're just going to do the same stuff, right? They don't have the motivation to change. They're not going to all of a sudden decide, oh, you were right. Oh, yes, I caused all these problems. Yes, you deserve this closure. No, they're not. No. And I know we don't want to hear that, but you're here for that clarity, and I'm giving it to you. Go ahead and wait if you want to, because it's your life and you decide. Your free will must be respected. You know it, I know it, right? You know it, I know it. And I'm talking to whoever is dealing with someone. They're waiting for an apology, they're waiting for an answer, and this person has a pattern that resembles this, of being a liar, of being overly cruel, of just being a jerk, right? Whoever that is. You're hinging your entire life on this person's truth. You're not going to get it. Yeah, the Knight of Pentacles. Yeah, your energy is best served towards your own life, right? We need to be focusing on our new opportunities coming in, right? That's where our focus should be, not on the truth of whoever this is, right? We're not even looking over there. That's so funny, right? This is this person doing what they're doing, having no ambition, being lazy, no motivation to change, doing the same old. And you over here, not even looking over there, the other direction, towards this Ace of Pentacles over here, this new opportunity, towards these new avenues. Yeah. It's like I said, we want to leave all that behind and we want to go towards our little 10 of Pentacles over here. The journey towards our abundance, towards our friends, towards our lovers, towards our, like, what we consider to be abundance. Friendships, health, wealth, home, right? We're trying to go there, and we don't need to be worrying about this person who seems to, like, be addicted to living the way that they're living. Yeah, they're just a player, okay? The Knight of Wands is the player card. They step all over everyone to get what they want. They go person to person, right? Doesn't have to be romantic, right? This is the house of partnerships. So it could be family, friends, business partnerships, romantic partnerships. You know your life best, okay? But whoever this fire sign is that we're waiting for truth from, they're a liar. They're probably a thought out in the streets. They're for the streets, okay? They're for the streets, straight up. And if it's not about, like, for the streets, they're a liar. They're manipulative. They step all over people. Yeah, they're this. Where'd it go? They keep hiding from me, I swear. They're this, okay? They're this little card right here, okay? That's who they are. They have they're not gonna do nothing. They're not gonna change nothing. They're not gonna fix nothing, okay? They're just gonna continue their same stupid cycle. Goodness, I'm getting so angry. Let me just, here, because I'm gonna move on from that into what you need to do about it, because I'm just getting more and more frustrated. But I do want to show you from this what this Knight of Wands means in reverse, so you can see it with your own eyeballs. Yeah. So you read that, and you see with your own eyes, and you decide. You decide. That's what a Knight of Wands reversed is. That's who this person is. Whoever you're waiting on. Okay? That's who they are. Straight up. So we're not going to focus on them no more. Okay? We're going to move on to the next part, because I'm just going to get more and more angry at them. Because as a fire sign, I am offended that they're representing us that way. That just makes me angry. So, let's move on into the next portion. We have our what's going on. We have our why you need to hear this. Let's get into what you even need to be doing about it, because I can tell you the what, I can tell you the why, but the important part is what you do with the information, right? So, let's see. Let's do the D&D tarot cards. I haven't used them in a little bit. Oh no! I hope that's a good thing, R. Because I'm pretty sure I'm yelling at who I think I'm yelling at, and they made me mad. Every time I hear about people like this, they make me so angry. I've dealt with this energy so many times. It just reminds me of stuff I've been through. Hi! And it just makes me mad, because I'm a fire sign. And I'm like, dang it, now everyone thinks that we're all the same. Even though you're not your sun sign. You're the whole, you know what I mean. But still, I'm like, man, how you gonna do us like that, buddy? All right, I'm having a hard time shuffling because of my bandage, so I'm gonna switch to the other way of shuffling. I was a bit lucky and hurt myself over the past few days. You know, hurting my fingers, which I need, but whatever. We're just gonna go the other direction. All right, so what do we even need to do about this at this time? This little information. The 10 of Cups, okay. Well, we need to get our head and our heart on the same page, okay? All that beautiful colors. I love this card specifically because just look at how pretty it is. That beautiful blue of our throat chakra, the beautiful orange of the sacral, and the red from the root. Well, I'm glad it's not a bad thing, R. I generally, If you've stumbled upon my live at any point in time, if you ever watch any of my videos, my intention is that you leave feeling lighter, that the weight comes off. So if you're carrying weight with you, it's my job, it's my intention that if you show up and you see my face, that the burden comes off just a little bit. Just a little. However much you're comfortable letting go. What do they need to do about it? Balance your head and your heart. Yeah, anxiety. That insomnia too. Insomnia also indicates, good. Insomnia also indicates not just spiritual awakening and growth, it also indicates that there are some deep-rooted emotional issues that need to be worked on. Yeah, things that need to be cleared. And that's why you have a hard time sleeping. It's because we have some things that we need to process. There's that 7 of Cups too. So yeah, we have this balancing the head and the heart, and also just being aware of our options, right? Because not every option is a good option. Right here, we're waiting for this little light to come out, but sometimes the light isn't a good thing, right? What? I know, we're usually all about love and light here, right? But sometimes the light is just as bad as dark. Sometimes people use the light to lure us in. I'm not using that in order to scare you, right? But we are all aware of people who pretend that they are healed and all that stuff in order to further manipulate others, right? And if this person has a pattern of being a gossip, a liar, a player, a cheater, then they are going to continue to do the same, right? That is what that says. Balance the head and heart in order to avoid falling to the bait. Okay? Once your head and your heart are in check, you can pay attention, your discernment is open, and you can realize when people are just telling you what you want to hear. Okay? What else? What else do I need to do at this time? No one did a whole cartwheel. Yeah, the 4 of Wands in reversed. Okay? Work on our foundations. Okay, we had that earlier, right? So let's see. Unhappy family, postponed, canceled, reunions, leaving home, pause to relax, narrow-mindedness, disapproval. A pause to relax. So, yeah, paying attention to our options, not falling for the bait that leads us back into the same disharmony, right? Because in this one, all their arms are joined together to create a square, a solid foundation. With the, that's not an actual like Elder Fulthark rune. It is a rune, just not one of the Elder Fultharks. No, it is, I'm sorry. It's an Algiz for protection, right? Stability, security, foundation. But in the reverse, that is instability, right? So it's like paying attention to not falling for the bait so that we avoid this, right? You don't need to panic, you don't need to fear, right? But getting that in check so you can pay better attention. Okay? Yeah, because it's easy to let people kind of soothe our heart space, especially if they've known us for a while and they know how we tick. They know the exact little check marks to go down in order to pull at our heartstrings, right? And I'm just talking about the ones who are aware and are malicious, right? People sometimes do this subconsciously without realizing it. So that doesn't excuse it, but I'm just letting you know, like, not everybody's doing it maliciously. But paying attention and protecting your peace is still very important, okay? Just because they're not aware doesn't mean that you should just accept it. What else do they need to do about it at this time, Spirit? Oh my gosh. The Hanged Man in reverse. Yeah, there's a perspective shift. Again, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. There's a perspective shift that we're kind of having an issue with. That could be related to putting so much power on what this closure will be. Yeah, the perspective shift around your own internal power. The Empress, right? Why do you need them to to put you in your power? Why is what they say your closure? Yeah, there's a little bit of a disconnect here. Why is that the case? Why do you need their opinion? Because it seems like their opinion does nothing but cause problems. What else do they need to do at this time? Yeah, it's like, why do you need them to be your foundation? You're already an empress. You have the crown on. You don't need them. You're already the foundation. You're the pillar. You're the pillar. You don't need it. You held the whole thing on your own, so why are you worried about them? They weren't there to help you during the whole thing, so continue holding your own pillar. Now you're like, oh, I promise I'll help you hold up the pillar. Oh, I promise I'll do X, Y, Z. Well, they didn't do it, did they? No. How will they do it this time? Let's see. Yeah. Walk out of the mental prison, friend. Right? That's the mental prison. Got it. So there's a perspective shift. In order to free yourself from the perspective, or from this feeling of needing them in order to give you that power, you need to get out of their web of bullshit. But first you gotta recognize you're in the web. You gotta recognize you're in it. Right? In order to recognize you're in a spider web, you must first be aware that there is a spider. You know? And spiders aren't inherently bad either. Like, a lot of times we see spiders and we think, oh God, spiders are evil, they are deceptive, they tell lies, and that is true. Yes, there are spiders who masquerade as other insects in order to lull them into a false sense of security and then spring a trap on them. Sorry to all of the arachnophobics out there, I didn't mean to bother y'all. But like, it's very, very true. That is something that spiders do. That's who they are, that's part of their nature. But they also have good parts. And I know someone out here just got mad at me for that. But like, for real, they take care of all of the other parasites out there. They're known for being creators, manifestors, because they create such beautiful, intricate webs, right? They're very beneficial to the ecosystem, to the environment. So like, it's like falling in love with someone for their potential and then finding out that they refuse to go, like, they have the good things that make you want to stay, but they're never in that. That was the mask that they were wearing. They're actually this, you know? They're actually that. They're actually pretending to be an ant so that you, the ant, will go try to build something with them, and then you end up in their web and dinner. And it's like, what are you doing? You have all this beautiful energy. You have all this creativity. You could be making something of yourself, but they don't want to. Straight up, they don't want to. They like doing what they're doing. And that's not for you to fix either. Nope. You don't have to save anybody. You don't got to fix them. People only save and fix themselves when they want to save and fix themselves. They only change when they want to change. If you try to force it, they're not going to do it. Nope. Because would you? If someone said, here's all the things you need to change about yourself, would you though? Or would you be like, who are you? You God? But that's a whole, I'm going on a tangent. What else do I need to do about this information, Spirit? Yeah. Escape. Yeah, leave the mental prison behind. You don't need to give them your power, because all you do when you're with this person, when you listen to them, right? Again, does not have to be romantic, but we're there, so let's just work with it, right? You know your situation, all right? Don't make it fit, don't force it. You know if it's romantic. If it's not, don't put romance in it, all right? We're all smart. When you're around this person, you don't feel like you've got your shit together. You don't feel like it. You're overworked, you're overburdened, you have too much responsibility, right? Too much going on your shoulders. No. So why are you working with them? Right? Why do we keep working with them? They don't work with you. So why do we keep giving them? No. You use your own discernment, right? You're you. I'm doing what I do. I often feel like I'm a friend or a bigger sister who's yelling at my younger self. But like, because I've been here, I've done this, I've had this conversation with me. But it's like, why are you doing this for this? Why? They're not even on the same level. Look at, one is a knight, one is a queen, not even a queen, one is an empress. What are you doing? What are you doing? No, why they got so much power over you, empress? What are you doing? What are you doing? You're the empress. You're the other half that rules the kingdom. I haven't seen the emperor yet. So this ain't them. That's not your emperor, all right? That's not the person who's supposed to rule your kingdom with you. It's clear as day. What else? What else do I need to do about this information? The Knight of Cups in reverse. Yeah, I'm telling you. You don't need to be working with people who breadcrumb, who are moody, who whenever, like, their motivation only happens depending on their mood, right? Like, they don't, I'm frustrated for you. Yeah, like King of Swords, you have your own logic brain. You need to be using it. Exactly. Yes, you're right. You're the Queen of Pentacles, the Empress, and the King of Swords, right? You have a big brain. You're smart. You're smart enough to know that they're telling you bullshit. And you've probably done this before. It's probably been a cycle of they mess up, you let them know, right? You tell them straight up. You say, this is the problem and I don't like it. They give you all the platitudes and they go, I'll change, I'll be better, I'll do this, I'll do that. And then here we are back again. Here we are back again. Back again with this nonsense. It's like Groundhog Day. We've already been here. We've already had this discussion. There's two. Yeah, the devil. Back and forth with the devil and the internal conflicts, right? When it's sideways like that, that means either or energies, right? It's just the same cycle. Yes, here's all the reasons why I will be different. You should believe me, yada yada. And then we self-sabotage, and then we go right back into conflict, right back into it. Over and over again. Let's leave it behind this time, yeah? You got your big old brain. You're smart enough. Stop giving them the power to sway whether you stay or go. Just go. Again. Who's this? The Emperor. You're already the Emperor. You're ruling your kingdom just fine. You're the Empress and the Emperor. You've been holding the foundation yourself. Okay? You've been doing it all on your own. So why are we worried about this person? Seriously, you don't need them in your kingdom. You don't need them, they need you. And I'm not even coming at it to like fluff your ego, right? If you held up the fort on your own and they just kind of benefited off of it, you don't need them, they need you. But for some reason we have this, I need them in my life. No, you don't. Why? So you can go deal with this some more? No. Like, even if you're just waiting on the closure from them, you don't need the closure from them. You don't. You're not gonna get it. Or if you do get it, it's not gonna be sincere. You know? And you know that. Listen, if you already are not talking to this person, right, but you're like working through these feelings that come up, right, and we're still looking at new partnerships, and are trying to not project onto the new partnerships, then you're aware, right? If this person shows up, it's a straight no. But we're still looking for the closure, whether that's within ourselves or within that other person. We're kind of trying to take the power off of that person, right? Goodness, that went far. Yeah, working hard. The Knight of Pentacles, plugging away. You're already the Emperor and the Empress, plugging away at balancing our head and heart in order to overcome this. Like, not necessarily let that have so much power over our lives anymore. Yeah, the manifestation, 111. And I told you, this little clarity, this little moment of gaining that closure, right? Having that perspective shift of realizing, oh, I can provide my own closure, right? Leads us to all this beautiful energy that popped out right after that. Leaving that behind, going towards new opportunities, making our own wishes come true, like going after things that make us happy, finding those new beginnings, finding that healing over the shattered foundations and having to juggle all of that, and moving forward, moving away from dealing with people who are like that, just all that stuff, right? Thank you for the likes, everyone. I'll do the last card here, and then I'll get into the recap and the advice oracle. What else they need to do about it? We have this, they're plugging away. They're doing their Emperor, they're gaining their inner power, they're plugging away at it, right? They're getting over this, letting this person or our own memories kind of pull us back and forth between emotions and feelings of self-worth. Or negative feelings around our self-worth. Yeah, working towards our justice. Working towards our own justice. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, working towards our own justice. Okay, so I am feeling called to go into the advice oracle cards. Before I do that, I like to put a summarized video at the end of the live, so I typically do a recap right here. Before I jump into that. So if you could bear with me for just a moment while I give a little recap for those people, we will jump right on in. So that was a recap. Let's get into the Oracle advice cards. And I'm not going to tell you what to do, right? You're your own person. You're allowed to have your own feelings. You're allowed to feel your own things. Just because someone does not want to give you the closure, just because they are unable to see the parts they played in causing pain, just because they don't even feel bad, doesn't mean you deserved any of it. Doesn't mean that you should accept that, right? It doesn't mean you're not deserving of closure, okay? You can give it to yourself. Even if it's in the form of, and you're like, okay, well, what does that even mean? How do I give myself closure for something that someone else did to me? You do that by saying, that sucked. That sucked. It really sucked. And I didn't deserve it. I did everything I could. I moved forward with the knowledge I had at the time. I don't blame myself because I really thought that this would work. I did everything I could and it didn't work out. And that's okay, right? There's nothing else I could have done, right? I did everything I could with the knowledge I had at the time. I couldn't have seen it coming because how would I have possibly known what that person was like if they hadn't shown me? I would have had to have had the time to, like, how could you have possibly known unless they showed their whole ass, you know? How could you have known? So yeah, like giving yourself that closure, forgiving yourself, saying it's not my fault, right? Of course, people play parts in those things. They're like, oh, you know, it takes two to mess up a relationship, right? Whether it's I didn't walk away when I saw the red flags, right? I gave a person too many chances. Doesn't mean you should beat yourself up. I'm not saying that, right? The point is to forgive yourself, is to say, I didn't know what I know now, and I forgive myself for not knowing. But I know now, right? So, yeah. All that to say is you can give yourself your own closure without going to the person who hurt you and expecting them to say sorry. Because they're not going to. They're either going to lie to you or they're going to flip it around on you, okay? You don't need it. Don't give them that kind of power. Goodness. We got there eventually. I see you wrote 89. I'm not sure why though. Thank you for the follow. Yes, so let's get into the Oracle advice cards on your advice moving forward. I would normally bridge these, but I have bandages on and shuffling that way sucks. So we're doing it a little different. I like to use these cards because they have little, oh, wonderful, thank you. They have little animals for further confirmation. They have numbers. They also have sentences. So it's kind of like it gives you something to think on as you move forward. So I just like to use them. And my other Oracle decks, some of them just have keywords. Some include a card that has the entirety of the meaning on it, which you would see on my normal posts here for the daily Oracle advice. You know, those types of things where they have like little affirmations and stuff like that. But this one has the sentences. So, Spirit, let's ease their fear and discomfort, soothe their anxieties, their worries, help them get some sleep, whoever's going through insomnia, and give them some guidance, some advice on how to move forward along their path. Give them that soothing balm. So let's see. Closing advice from my collective here regarding this situation. We have the Badger Spirit in the reverse with that number 4 again. Be fearless and bold. So yeah, like there's this sense of like I said earlier, this feeling small. We're still working through that wound, and it may mean that it may be hard to speak up when things bother us. And we're still getting into the bold part and not necessarily being afraid, right, of when truth comes in. So it's like being yourself, not necessarily shrinking, not necessarily trying to... What is the word I'm looking? Help me find the word, Spirit. Yeah, personal growth and spiritual advancement. It's like trying to recognize our own power. There we go. The Emperor, the inner power. 9th of June. Trying to recognize our own inner power, recognizing that you have your own power. You don't need someone else to tell you that they were wrong, that they messed up. You don't need it. Because you're your own power. You can have your own closure. Any other advice for my collective here regarding this situation that has them worried? Thank you for the follows. Thank you so much. Goodness. Any other advice? I see some undercurrents here, but I want it to land on the table. Right there. I don't like undercurrents. Because they often, like, I treat them like someone I blocked who's messaging me. I want you to say it with your whole chest. Not just in my DMs. Let's see. Any other advice, Spirit? Thank you. And nothing is wasted in the reverse. Okay. As you proceed forward, right, especially if you do get something from this person and you find out it is what you thought, and kind of going through the feelings of, oh, I was right. I don't want for you to ever feel like anything in your life was a waste of time, okay? Everything you have is a lesson. If you spent a long time dealing with this person and putting up with their BS and all of that, you may be like, oh, I wasted so many years. I did all this stuff. I poured so much into this person. It wasn't a waste at all. All that you put into it, you learned something, so that moving forward, you now have the ability to see when someone else is coming at you sideways, when they're not treating you the way you should be treated. You already know what you don't want, what you won't put up with. You already know the patterns to look for, okay? That's knowledge that you can use in the future. It'll also, this also teaches you how to stand in your power, how to speak up sooner, how to be more vocal, that kind of thing, right? It helps you leave faster. Yeah, take a leap of faith. Take a leap of faith. Yeah, so it's like we're waiting. Yeah, take a leap of faith and co-create with spirit. Like we're trying to manifest, right? Whether you're actively like going out and you're into manifestation and you're going, I'm manifesting, or you're just saying, I want to change, right? Same thing. You want to manifest, you want to have changes in your life, but we're waiting for that closure to take the leap. We're afraid to just leap. You can give yourself that closure, okay? You have the power in your hands. You don't need someone to acknowledge that they did you wrong. You don't need to explain yourself till you're blue in the face. You don't need for everybody to tell you that you're correct, that they treated you like crap. You don't need it, okay? You don't need it. You know how you feel. That's your truth, okay? And people can apologize, but they're not always gonna mean it. Some people will just give you a fake apology so you'll be quiet. And that's not cool. You don't deserve that. If it hurts you, it hurts you. You don't need people to debate and argue with you on whether or not it hurt. It hurt. The end. Complete sentence. And you can stand in that and move on. You don't need for everyone to be like, you were right, I was terrible, blah, blah, blah. You don't need that. Does it feel good to hear it? Yes. Yes, it does. But most people aren't going to give that. They're not going to give it because most people aren't willing to be that honest and to recognize the part they played in hurting someone else. They're just not. Again, whether malicious or no, most people aren't willing to be that real because that means that they have to acknowledge that they were kind of a shitty person. Yeah, open to infinite possibility too. So it's like, yeah, we have this attachment to, in order to move forward, I need this. You can move forward, heal, and gain it along the way, okay? You don't need to be prepped and ready in order to start. No. You can just move forward. Even if you're like, I don't think I'm ready, I need this, I need that, I need this. No. All you need is to put a single toe forward. Yeah, one step at a time. That's it. That's all you need. You can get the rest along the way. Because let's be for real, you're not going to heal in the environment that hurt you. And putting the control in the person who hurt you's hands to help heal you is, they're just going to do what they did before. Because when they had the chance to just be a good person, they messed it up, you know? And that doesn't mean they're inherently evil. I'm not saying that, right? But if you give the control to someone who already has a problem with hurting people along the way, don't expect them to suddenly not hurt someone, okay? They've already shown that they are really bad at, that they fumble. So don't give them the opportunity to fumble some more, all right? If they've already had a chance or several, that's enough. You've done enough. You don't need to do more, okay? Like, be for real. Last bit of closing advice from Spirit. Oh my goodness. Yeah, there's always enough. Yeah. And turn knowledge into wisdom. Oh, what I say, nothing's ever wasted. You didn't waste your time. This means that when you go into the new experiences, when you go to meet new people, you'll already know what to look for, to say no to, and stand on it. You already know what you don't want, so you can go towards what you do want, right? Don't let it turn you bitter. There are billions of people on this planet, and letting a small handful of people color your perception on all the billions of people on this planet is silly. Because if we use that logic, that means that you're also included, right? And I'm not getting the sense here that you're evil, that you're going to go around and you're going to hurt people on purpose and you're going to do all this nonsense. So let's extend that grace to the rest of humanity, all right? Turn that knowledge into wisdom and recognize that there are people out there who are not going to fumble you, who are going to treat you really nice, who are going to be kind, who are going to respect your boundaries, who aren't going to leave you holding the pillar by yourself and then having the audacity to be offended when you ask them to help. One more on collective advice, on the advice for the collective here. And then I will release you into the wilds. I hope this helps, because I know that it's been a bit of a blunt message today, but I really hope it helps. Yeah, time for a deep dive. Time for a deep dive, friend. Change that perspective. You can give yourself that closure you need. And there's that butterfly. I said I saw butterflies earlier. Butterflies. Transformation is beautiful with the number 11. Manifestation. You want the transformation? Okay, transform then. You are capable of transforming. You are capable of change. You don't need someone else to kickstart that. You are the author of your life. You're the one holding the pen. You're the one that writes the story. If you want to change, change. Okay? If you want people to treat you better, demand respect. When they start disrespecting you, call them out on it and stand on it. Don't give them the, well, they had a bad day. Well, don't give them the excuses. Say, this hurt me. And then if they go, I don't see why that is a big deal, bye. Straight up, bye. Yeah, if you want the change, you already know what you don't want, so stop letting what you don't want into your life by giving it excuses, okay? Then again, for those of you who've already cut that person off, who have no intention of letting that person into your life, this is more of just when you're going through the healing process and you go back and forth on feelings of self-worth, feelings of negative self-worth, I should say, and you meet new people and you start thinking that they're going to be like this person, remember that there are billions of people on this planet, and a group of shitty relationships, friendships, partnerships does not define all the billions of people on this planet. Because if it did, that would include yourself. And let's be for real, we're not that terrible, okay? We have our red flags, sure. We have our issues, sure. But if you're not being that kind of person, then there are other people not being that kind of person. And it's not as small of a number as you think it is. All right? So, that's what I have for you today. I hope it was helpful. If you want a personal reading, I do offer that at the link in my bio. Feel free to check it out, okay? Thank you so much for allowing me into your energy, for letting me be your reader today. I really do hope it helps, and that you find your healing and that you find your people. Really, really, I do. If you have not chosen to follow me, you don't like my vibe, that's fine. No problem, no biggie. I hope you have a beautiful rest of your evening, and I wish you so much luck, love, peace, happiness, joy, and abundance, and healing on your journey forward. Remember that life is an ever crooked path, and you are never off of it, okay? And if you have chosen to follow me, you do like my vibe, thank you so much. I wish all the same for you, and I can't wait to see you in the next one, okay? And if you are watching this in the YouTube, when I post it later, all of the important links will be down in the description box down below. So yes, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye!